Hello there. I just want to show you how to enter the information from a previous meeting from the Vice President of Education standpoint. And what we're going to do is we're going to go into meetings, and if you just click on last meeting, it will pull it up. Now this meeting, we had several things happen. We only had a handful of people there, so there were a lot of spots that did not get filled before the meeting. So what we want to do is we want to fill out the speakers, and the second speaker spot was not filled. Now Susan was a speaker, and Susan had requested a speech, so this made this very easy. So we can just pick that, and it is going to put that in here. And it's a good thing to save as we go, but it automatically saves sometimes too. So if this is clickable, go ahead and click it. If not, it's already saved. Now, if a speaker had not put themselves on there. For instance, let's just say that it was Tracy. Let's say it was me who spoke, but I was not on there. What you would need to do is you would need to go into schedule speeches. And what I would do so that I don't leave this screen is I would do control and schedule speeches on the left hand side under the scheduling and VPE tasks. And that will open it up in a new window. This will allow me to easily go back, and what I would do here is go down to, it's not going to let me schedule a speech for a previous meeting, but let's go into, let's see here, if I click on Tracy Brosman right here, this little icon here is request a speech. And I can just put example for VPE video and hit save. Now ideally I would pick the workbook and that, but it won't allow me if I don't put my preferred dates. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click a date. Now these are just what I would like. It doesn't mean that I'm automatically scheduled. The Vice President of Education or the Toastmaster are the only ones who can actually put people in for the speeches. So what we're going to do is go back here, and now it is not, let me just refresh the screen by hitting the refresh. And now we could put me in here for the speech if I really did the speech. Now we just put me in and it automatically updated, but to make any changes you hit this X here, which is unassign the speech. So since that was just an example, that is what we are going to do. Now we have Tracy as a general evaluator, which is correct. We had Tanya as a first speaker, we had Susan as a second speaker, then we had Jim Storr as a table topics master, and that is correct. Neil Hayes as a grammarian, and that was correct, and he also evaluated Susan. So Susan was the second speaker, so he'll be in the second evaluator spot. And Tracy was also the timekeeper, because Susan ended up speaking. So we'll change that. It's just a matter of changing. Ron was the Toastmaster. And we had Sandy was the counter. As you can see, there's often changes. She was also evaluating Tanya, so she would be the first evaluator. And we didn't have a third evaluator, we didn't have a third speaker. Now, as far as awards, unfortunately I have not been able to get the most improved award in here. And Susan was the best speaker. Best table topics was Ron. And best evaluator, I did not write that down, but let's see. I am not sure who was the best evaluator, who won that. So I'm going to just leave that blank. These awards do not have any meaning as far as Toastmasters International, so it's okay if they don't get filled out. I like to when we can, but it is okay when we can't. Now, as far as this is the theme, if you like it, don't just do it. Kill it. Again, if this doesn't get filled out, it's not a huge deal, but since we have it, we will do it. And the word of the day was, you can use your own word of the day, was tenacious. Okay. So now that we have everything completed, I'm not going to worry about this. Automatically puts in the people who were there if they had a spot. And then we're just going to close this meeting. Does not have a workbook assignment. Okay, so we need to go in and do the workbook assignment for Tanya. And I remember Tanya had said to just pick one that worked. Fact-finding report. It was a 5 to 7, and it definitely would fall in that, so we're good there. Okay, and then you can see that the meeting's closed and we're good there. Okay, so that is all we have to do to fill out our meetings.